Hey, it is your girl Cassandra Lynn, aka your favorite paralegal. Welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Um, so this is a Diddy update. Give me a second, cause oh my gosh. Give me a second, y'all. I'm so sorry. I have been busy today, so give me 1 second. Hey y'all. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just today is just one of them freaking days. I'm busy. It feels like a Monday for me. And then I have this anyways, I'm not even gonna complain. That's why I had to take a break and come to freaking YouTube because I be ready to go off on these clients and I can't. I have to be professional. But all right, so there is an update on Sean Combs. So there's two things. One, last we spoke, and this is in regards to the criminal case. So for the criminal case, the last we spoke, not he, the government as well as the defense counsel were trying to work out and agree on some pre-trial dates in which they have to get certain documents in. And I will get to that. I'm all over the place because I had to take a break from that. Hey Babs, what's up? What's up, Lisa Walker? What's up, Buttercup? Just making sure I say hi to everybody. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I got pulled up here. I don't want to show my let me see, pretrial order, okay. So I'm gonna share my screen a different way and hopefully y'all will be able to dang, let me do the entire screen. I think that'll be better. And let me change this. Ah, there we go. Makes sense. And I'll read. Okay. So what I did was this is the order, not the order, but the motion or the letter that the government, as well as the defense counsel submitted to the court, just trying to see if they are able to get some dates moves. And the defense counsel pretty stated that there are some things that they're going to agree to and not, but not everything, because their biggest thing was actually getting the witness states or a list of witnesses. So I'm going to go letter by letter and it's going to be very, very brief. So initially, at the initial conference back in October, the court said following pretrial motion schedule. So all motions, all pretrial motions were going to be due. Well, this is what the court said. The court said the motions were due on the 17th. The opposition to those motions were due on March 3rd, and then the replies to the oppositions were due on March 10th. Now, that was already set. The government submitted their letter and stating, okay, in order to be ready by May 5th, we need to, I guess, advance the dates. That's the right term. Make the dates earlier. And so they were wanting the pretrial motions to be due January 31st. February 14th and February 21st. This is the order on the right side. So the judge says, no, we are going to leave it as is. Just like they set in October these days, those dates remain the same. Any pretrial motions, those are due February 17th. 15th. The opposition to those motions is due the 3rd of March, and then the replies to those oppositions are due on. All right, so that's number one. Number two is the enterprise letter. So the enterprise letter, um, when you're dealing with high profile cases, that it's pretty much a letter that says you have to, how can I say this, support. You have to show why these charges should stick on Diddy. All right. So, anywho's, they wanted this letter to be due on March 7th and said no. We're going to have that letter due by February 1st. All right. What else? And actually, the defense actually stated that they wanted him to have that letter on February 1st. Let me see what exactly did they say. So they says, as the defense has said, Mr. Combs is at a significant disadvantage. Defense counsel still do not have the contours of the government's allegations, including who the government considers a victim, and have repeatedly asked for assistance from the government. So this letter that's supposedly supposed to support showing that those charges need to stick. And so whatever they have, whether it's witness statements, naming who are the victims, right? The government said we want to see if this letter can be due March 7th. The court said no, it's going to be on the February 1st. So that is actually a win for the defense counsel, and that they're claiming that if we had the letter submitted March, that would have been a disadvantage for Diddy. So the court granted their February 1st date. Roberto, that's, let me see. The government wanted those due on March 7th. And let me see. So it says the government proposed that all by expert notice approximately 8 weeks. So pretty much by March 7th. And then the rebuttals would have been done on March 21st. That was the government's position. The defense said, no, let expert notice by March 7th. The reciprocal expert notice by the defense on rebuttals by March 28th. So really, I don't think that, let me see. So expert notices, the government has to give theirs by the 7th. The defendant has to give their expert notices 18th. Okay, so he gave them a week. And then in a week after that, any rebuttals to the expert witnesses, which is good. Notices the 404B, March 7th. So he granted that to the government. Motions in limine is set for April 1st. So he granted what the defense proposed on that. Oppositions due on April 11th, and then the 3500 material, and that's production. So everything, all of the evidence, witness statements, all of that is to be due on the 21st. And he actually granted that to the he granted that in regards to the government proposal, because council wanted that due on March 1st, and that's really a big. So he said, okay, I'm ahead and give y'all to the 21st to do that. Because the biggest thing was they were really trying to get their hands on this witness list. And let me see. And that's all. So that's all on that. So I just want to give y'all a pretrial update. So the judge went ahead and ruled on that letter setting the pre-trials that are due, and these are very significant. But once again, I just feel that they're not going to be ready. Either side is not going to be ready by May 5th. I honestly do not think so. They have terabytes on terabytes on terabytes of documents that need to be gone through, videos that need to be gone through, so on and so forth. And speaking of videos, this is why we are here. Okay. Where did I go to my this is wild, y'all. So apparently they have reviewed the freak off videos, and Diddy is claiming somewhat his innocence in this, and it's crazy. What's up? What's up, Carly? Babs be on y'all. Yeah, so he is really much, and I'm gonna read the letter, but y'all just save your questions at the end. What's up, Ty? Because I'm just trying to figure out how. I don't even want to say I'm figuring out. I'm kind of scared. If you're trying to say that these freak off videos proves your innocence, that I don't know, the government is really going to have to make these charges stick. That's the importance of that enterprise letter. Like, you have to show the court as to why these charges of trafficking and Rico is going to stick, because I'm not seeing it. But let's go ahead. Let's hop on this. I'm a child semester. All right, so let's go. Rewrite on behalf of our client, Sean Combs, to request a modification of terms of the protective order to require the government to electronically produce videos described in paragraph 12A and 12C of the indictment. And let's go. Let me see. It says the protective order requires the parties to meet and confer regarding any dispute over the government's designations, after which the defense may seek de-designation by the court. No, that does. It really does. But listen to what it says. The protective order includes a novel provision making this video evidence available for inspection only and not electronically produced, meaning that the defense counsel will have to go to the government office to actually review the stating, having viewed these videos, it is now abundantly clear that they confirm Mr. Holmes's innocence, and that their full exploratory value cannot be investigated and used unless they are expressly requires production of copies of such materials to the defense, and there is no plausible good cause to restrict access to them under Rule 16D1. Accordingly, they should be produced in a normal course so that the defense may evaluate and use them in the same manner as the other Rule 16 and Brady. We're referring to off videos, right? They're not wanting to put it on a USB drive and send it to the defense counsel for them to review. That's why they're saying come. I believe because of the nature of the videos. And I can only imagine being a fly on the wall in that room watching those damn videos. So, guess what? There are videos. So now we can say that there are videos, because this is what this whole letter is about. So now I'm thinking about Jag. Remember, Jag said there's videos out there. All right. So the 9 videos at issue are the so-called freak off tapes with victim 1, who is, I believe, Cassie, that the government has repeatedly referenced, causing wild speculation in the media. Contrary what the government has led this and the public to believe, the so-called freak offs were private sexual activity between fully consenting adults in a long-term relationship. Like many Americans in the privacy of their own bedrooms, they sometimes filmed their sexual activity. The videos ambiguously show that the person alleged in the indictment to be victim 1 not only consented. These recordings corroborate what witnesses have told the government, namely that victim 1, we all know who's Cassie, um then they redacted that. The recordings also let me see, directly refute the allegations that Mr. Combs kept these videos as collateral. These recordings were not on Mr. Combs' devices and these from his home. Rather, victim one kept these videos on her own device for years and produced them to the government herself. Moreover, contrary to innumerable sensationalistic media reports, the videos do not depict X parties. No secret cameras, no orgies, no other celebrities involved, no underground tunnels, no minors, and not so much a hint of coercion or violence. Far from the government's lurid descriptions, the videos show adults having consensual relations, plain and simple. At bottom, this case is about whether victim one was or was not a willing participant in her private ex life with Mr. Combs. Video confirms that she plainly was. Oh my gosh. Yes, it does seem to appear that they're going to flip this narrative. All right, so a little after Mr. Combs was charged, the parties began negotiating the terms of the protective order. During those negotiations, the government insisted over a defense objection that certain videos obtained from Victor One and depicting alleged freak offs would not be electronically produced and would instead only be made available for in person viewing while monitored by law enforcement. The government explained that victim one, whose attorney gave these videos to the government, requested that they not be produced to protect her privacy and that the government would receive discovery without further delay. The defense agreed to receive the discovery conditions while reserving the right in the proposed order to later seek modifications of designations from the court. On October 7, 2024, the court so ordered the proposed protective order. So they agreed to, let me see. All right. So they agreed with the government to not put these videos on a disc and mail it to them for them to review for discovery for to protect Cassie. But now they're wanting to change that because there's nothing on there but relations. That is crazy. After spending 4 weeks attempting to schedule viewing of the evidence, the defense was finally able to watch the videos under the supervision of law enforcement on November 20th, 2024 and December 13th, 2024. Footnote states that the government also included for in-person inspection certain explicit videos victim one sent Mr. Combs. The government redacted these photos from the copies of communications between victim one and Mr. Combs and were produced in discovery. Even though such photographs do not fall within the scope of footnote number 3 of the protective order, these photographs also appear to reflect entirely consensual activity. My process about this, like, if she would have appeared that she did not enjoy it, I can only imagine as to what happened. How can you sit there and tell somebody that it was consensual? That's my question. The evidence comes out against the feds do not make stupid mistakes. If they arrest, they have good evidence. I believe that. The evidence consists of 9 videos depicting 6 ambiguous, oh my, 6 people, y'all. 6 unambiguously consensual actual or encounters. Wait. Okay, I thought it said adults. I'm about to say Lord. Hold on, let me see. Oh, the footnote would be redacted. In all 6 of these encounters, victim 1 is not only consenting, she is evidently happy, dominant, and completely in control. How can you actually determine that if you were not in the bedroom? How can you determine that? There is no evidence of any violence, coercion, threats, or manipulation whatsoever. There is no evidence that anyone in incapacitated or under the influence of drugs or excessive alcohol consumption. There is certainly no evidence of trafficking because that is what the charges are. The charges is ex trafficking and RICO. So how can you prove ex trafficking in freak off videos unless you're like filming the whole thing, like in a house, they're hopping on a plane, they're going to another, state, and things of that nature. But the videos, and I get it, the videos is not going to show evidence of trafficking. I just want to put that out there. Mark, what is this man? What is this man's name? His attorney. I'll look at it in just a second. Rule 16 requires electronic production of the videos, and there is no good cause to withhold production. Rule 16 requires the electronic production of these videos. Okay, I'm not even going to do that. So pretty much what they're saying is they need a copy of these videos. Now, here's the thing. Anything that the government provides the defense counsel also have to provide it to Diddy for him to review because it is considered discovery. So what they're doing is they're asking the court to modify the protective order because they were trying to protect Cassie's privacy. But now they've seen the videos, and the video shows that she is consenting. They was like, okay, there's no need for a protective. Download these on a USB drive, send it to our office so we can have our client and review the discovery as well. That's pretty much what they're saying. The government cannot meet its burden. There is no good cause to prevent the electronic production of these highly exploitatory videos because this case does not involve child that I don't even know if I could say that. Child videos, let me put it that way. There is no authority to restrict defense counsel possession, review, and analysis of these videos. Nothing in the Crimes Victim Rights Acts provides similar discovery restrictions or exceptions to Rule 16. And then also, if the government does documents to the defense counsel, then the defense counsel can hire experts that can, as creepy as it seems, watch these videos, actually determine if it was consensual. I know that's creepy, but that's something that can be done because you do have experts that can read body language and things of that nature. Oh gosh. Moreover, any concerns regarding victim one's privacy interests are adequately protected by the remaining provisions of the protective order. There is no greater risk in granting defense counsel a copy of the files for the preparation of his defense under a suitable order than exists in the government's maintenance and use of files and preparation of his own case. Let me see. Even if there were some remaining privacy concern, any hypothetical risk that the videos would be disclosed in contravention of this court's protective order is substantially outweighed by the real and substantial risk that Mr. Combs' defense will be hampered by limited access to these videos. Unless the protective order is modified, require the government to produce copies of the videos, the defense will not be able to effectively make use of this critical evidence at trial. Now, pretty much what I'm saying is they need copies of these videos in order to help their defense. So when they get to trial, they can actually be playing this for the judge and be like, here, you see her doing this? That's consensual. This is crazy. Stop the cap. It's me like, girl, yes. This is absolutely absurd. Oh my gosh. It goes on to say that the videos include audio recording, but much of it is inaudible on the device provided for inspection, and what is barely audible requires headphones to hear. On certain videos, the lighting is also very bad and the images are quite dark and grainy. Mr. Combs needs to use our defense experts. What I tell y'all, the experts got the experts have to watch this video and clear up a few things. So the audio is bad in some parts. So they're going to get a expert person to try to get the audio good so they can hear exactly what's being said or the sounds being made. The lighting is very bad. So they got to get an expert who can, lighten up the video so they can see exactly what's going on. This I can't believe that Mark is writing this. Mr. Combs needs to use defense experts, including inter alia experts who could enhance the quality of the audio and video and analyze the metadata associated with the videos, including when the videos were created or modified. She said, "No way, someone watching me. That's some creepy ish." Okay, that's why you ain't ever in your life gonna see me recording anything or showing my body parts or sending anything to anybody. I'm telling you this right now, everybody that is out there. Be careful. Now, it's not even be careful. Do not send photos or exhibit photos or videos, text messages, even stored on your phone or through social media. Because all they have to do is subpoena it and all your business is out there. Just don't do it. But the fact that they are really, I feel bad for Cassie because now she has to go through this all over again. They about to pick every piece of these videos, 9 videos out. And God forbid that there are others. The government has offered to use a neutral expert to enhance the audio and visual quality of the videos. The novel proposal is inconsistent with Rule 16 and due process, and it would restrict Mr. Combs from retaining and directing experts of his choosing and require him to unfairly preview his defense. So, in other words, we're not going to use the expert that the government is going to, tell us about. We're going to use our own expert witnesses because it's yours. It's yeah. Now, I feel like the court should step in, but that's not going to happen to say, "Hey, you guys use this expert witness, therefore that they know that it is neutral." It is all I'm sorry, it does not account for the other ways Mr. Combs seeks to put this to use. Y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? Because I'm telling y'all, whatever the government produced to defense counsel has to produce to Diddy, so Diddy can watch. I can't even talk. He has the right to review his discovery in order to prepare for trial. This is sick. For example, Mr. Combs may need to show the recordings to other experts and witnesses. Why can't the defense counsel do that? Why Combs got to do that? Mr. Combs will need to extract portions of the videos to create trial exhibits, stills, and transcript. Now, are you saying Mr. Combs or counsel? Because Mr. Combs don't need to do dilly squat with any of this, to be honest. All of these tasks will be impossible without obtaining copies of the video evidence. In sum, there is much greater likelihood that the defendant be harmed in his ability to prepare a defense by limited access to the materials on the government's terms than there is that the materials will further distributed by the defense in contravention of the court's order. I can't. I'm reading y'all comments. Yes, it is BS. It is sick. And that's saying he's going to enjoy every single moment. That dude, to me, he's a psychopath. I don't care what anybody say. All right, what time is it? All right, I got some time. So the videos constitute exculpatory Brady material, and the restrictions on Mr. ability to use them in his trial preparation violate his due process. So now here we go. Because he can't get his hands on these videos, means that his trial preparation is being hindered and it violates his due process. Yes, nasty work. Fernando, don't you come up in here talking crazy. No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. Because I'm not just basing this off of Cassie. So many people have came out. Nope. No, we ain't about to. Brady also requires the government to produce copies of the video. Under Brady, the government has a constitutional duty to disclose favorable evidence to the accused where such evidence is material either to guilt or to punish. It requires production of information such that a defendant can take advantage of exculpatory evidence in time for its effective use at trial. They cited United States versus COPA, and it says that an item is material to preparing the defense if it could be used to counter the government case or bolster a defense. In other words, they could show these videos in court and say, hey, look, Cassie, it was consensual. She's laughing here, or she's enjoying this right here. Oh, look, she's dominant in this video. Really? Thank you, Babs. It's troubling that the government has had this evidence since December 2023 and nonetheless brought these charges. The video evidence refutes the claim was forced to participate and could only be squared with her account if one assumes, as the government apparently does, the certain woman cannot consent, despite all indications to the contrary. Let me see. Bail hearing. It says, arguing that when women are motivated by the loss of their livelihood and housing or experience abuse outside freak offs, they cannot consent. And that is ex trafficking. So, in other words, they're saying that the video depicts that it was consensual. So therefore it does not depict trafficking. Because if it was a video about a freak off and it was in, I'm assuming her body language, her facial expressions, if it would have showed otherwise, if it would have showed that she wasn't into that and she didn't consent to that, then that would be considered ex trafficking. This is crazy. The government's view also depends on the characterization of freak offs as dirty, disgusting, or inherently unsavory, and therefore would have involved some amount of coercion. Let me see. In the indictment, it states or it describes the freak offs as elaborate and used ex performances that were arranged, directed, and sometimes lasted multiple days. It also referred to various freak off supplies, including baby oil and lubricant. The premise that freak offs are inherently dangerous. Bella hearing uh, at 13 shows that government seeks no police non-conforming wait government seeks to police non-conforming sexual activity, and that it assumes, despite all evidence to the contrary, that a woman's willingly participation must have been coerced, meaning that the freak offs women didn't have a say so whether or not they can participate. Bro, this is crazy. Any fair minded viewer of the videos will quickly conclude that the prosecution of Mr. Combs is both sexist and puritanical. It is sexist because the government's theory perpetuates stereotypes of female victimhood and lack of. The prosecution reflects a paternalistic view that the government is here to protect women who cannot be trusted to make their own decisions about sex and are not capable of consenting to sex that the prosecutors view as outside the norm. These videos depict clearly consensual sex among willing adults in a decades long relationship and mentally undermined the government's case and victim one, aka Cassie's claims. Indeed, they are entirely consistent with, and then they redacted that. They are creating material notwithstanding the government's outlandish theories, and we anticipate that the undisclosed audio portions and metadata will contain Brady material as well. At at a minimum, they are certainly not ultra sensitive materials to be subject to the extreme restrictions outside the normal course of discovery in criminal cases. So they want their hands on this evidence or these videos so they can get their experts in. They can increase the audio, increase the lighting or the quality of the video, get the timestamp to see exactly when these, events took places and all this other stuff. Finally, preventing Mr. Combs' defense team from obtaining copies of the videos so he can prepare his defense at trial would violate the due process clause and his right to present a meaningful defense. Hold on, let me see. They cited United States versus Fish and Co., where it says that the courts must ensure these constitutional rights in fashioning discovery protections. They cited United States Lind, where it says in determining whether to accord protection and the extent of such protection, courts should weigh the impact this might have on defendants' due process right to prepare and present a full defense trial. Even interests as strong as the state's secret privilege, a much greater interest than the purported interest here, must, in certain cases, give away to a criminal defendant's rights to full defense. Because there is good cause to restrict defendant's counsel access to the videos, and because the videos must be disclosed pursuant to Brady and Rule 16, respectfully request that the protective order be modified to require the government to electronically produce the videos of Mr. Combs and Cassie to Mr. Combs's counsel with the attorney possession only designation under the protective order. All right. So this last paragraph clarifies this. So they're not going to, I am assuming, let Diddy see these videos because it says now, well, I lied. It says attorney possession only, meaning that it stays in the attorney's possession. But who's to say that, he go see Diddy and say, hey, take a look at this video and make notes? That's just sick. That is me just thinking about it is copies of the videos. They could do whatever it is that they need to do to prepare for trial. And, if they need to take screenshots or still images or give it to their experts so the experts can do their things, that's what they're asking the court to allow them to do. Man, let me see. Let me go back to y'all comments because this is wild. I wasn't expecting this. I was not expecting this. If he is sitting there watching, exactly. Exactly. That's why I said how can you sit there and watch a video and tell if it is consensual? If I look like I'm not having a good time, okay, I'm gonna be questioned. And with Diddy's temper, I can only imagine what happened if you sit there and you lay down like a freaking zombie. Ty said they can prove ex trafficking if the party took place where she don't reside and she's an employee of him. She traveled to a party and the money he paid her to be a music artist is really for the party. Ooh, I never thought about it that way. That's good. I never thought about it that way. I hope the government, you need to go you need to talk to the prosecution. Carly says, even if it started out consensual and he does something that she decided was no longer consensual and tells him no, that would be considered. Yes. Oh my gosh. Fernando said, "Don't be surprised if Diddy walks." Man, I hope not. It is against the law to cross state lines and exchange money for X regarding what the relationship is. The law can be enforced whenever they feel like enforcing. It's called the Mann Act. Mm, the government created the Mann Act because the first black heavyweight champion boxer Jack Johnson was beating up white men and sleeping with black women across the country. Oh wow, you teaching me something because I did not know that. I'm gonna look at oh what I need to look at his case because that's very interesting. Because I thought R. Kelly was gonna walk, but hey, look what happened. Yes, Babs, pathetic. Yeah, so pretty much this filing is a request for um oh excuse me, is a request for a modification of the protective order to videos showing Cassie and Diddy having X. Um the defender needing these videos for so they claim in which they are entitled to. I'm not going to lie, that is the discovery process. Whatever either party or either cancel have, they have to ensure that they have access to these. Now I do understand because it did state in the letter that because of the nature of the videos and they wanted to protect victim one, aka Cassie, that they allowed for defense counsel to the government's office to actually review that. But after they reviewed it, the defense counsel, they're saying, okay, these where's the bad stuff at? It looks like she's been consensual. So now they're going to pick apart, oh, the lighting's bad, or the audio is bad, or this and that. So now, of course, they're going to want their copies so they can do what they please with those. That's crazy. She never had a chart topping album. So how is she making money off music? How can he justify all the money he been paying her? Mm. You know what? I wonder if well, I'm pretty sure that they're going to look at his financials because especially if you're talking about Rico, you put Rico charges in, they're looking at your books. They are looking at your books. But yeah, so that is what Mark Agrafilio, I think that's how you say his name. He is the defense counsel for Diddy, and he knows his stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. But I think it is an overreach saying that he can't prepare for trial. Um, I mean he can, but wanting to know when can they get their hands who these other victims are. They want to know who the other witnesses are because yes, Cassie has her video and she gave, I'm pretty sure they said they had this since December 2023. But I am pretty sure that all of these civil cases that are going on right now, those are also included in this criminal case. They're taking all evidence. So it's not just Cassie videos out there, which leads me to believe they're not going to be ready by May 5th. I really doubt that. They have too much to go through. And if you based your letter of 9 videos that you have seen and no other videos, that means either you have, well, obviously they don't have the videos because they just now got approved for the pretrial motions. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Babs. Thank you. It can never be consensual when one party holds of authority over it. And they know, but you have to be a good defense counsel. He got to do everything he can in order to get this case dismissed. That's why Diddy hired him. That's why I don't place my pictures on anything unless I feel I want to. Okay? They are following all of his money. Like if a correctional officer sleep with an inmate, it can never be consensual, even if they are in love with each other, because the officer hold a position of authority. That's crazy. And wasn't there a the lady from the YSL trial? She was sleeping with an inmate. Been a whole bunch of correctional officers sleeping with inmates. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Sleeping with your boss can never be consensual in the court of law. You know what? They have laws out there, but I know you're in New York. So his other way to watch his homemade. I know. Thinking about, I was like, that's sick. But the attorney made it clear at the end of the letter that it's attorney possession only. He could go down to the MDC and schedule a time to meet with him so Diddy can review that. It's sick. This man has been locked up in September. This man is sick because he having withdrawals from X, from the rugs, from everything. So he's not getting his fix in any way. So I can only imagine. He don't need to see these videos. Ugh. Oh, Diddy is hanging his own self. And he is. Diddy is hanging his own self. And that's what I truly believe. You What letter was that? I don't know if it was in the civil case. I think it was the civil case when Busby said that he is trying to get his cake and eat it too. How can you sit here and rush for a trial, right? You're rushing for a trial. You got your speedy trial date. But on the other token, you're trying to request all of this stuff that the government has yet to go through. They still need time. I don't think anybody knows the man hours that you have to put in order to review terabytes of evidence. Hell, I had to go through literally 2,000 pages of medical records, page by page. I hated that. That week, I hated it. I wanted to quit my job. That's when I was at the law firm. I wanted to quit my job because I'm like, ain't no way I'm going through 2,000 pages of medical records. There's no way. So I can only imagine terabytes of evidence, the manpower that people have to put in. People have to get paid to do this. There is no absolute have families. Those people have other things outside. Sit here and rush for a trial, knowing darn. I think that was a game plan. If you say, "Hey, it's on in May," he might have a mistrial. I think that's probably what they're going for. I really think that they want a mistrial. It can't dye his hair. Y'all, it was nice chopping it up with y'all. I gotta go pick up my child. It is 2:55. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about in these minutes. I mean, like I said before, the whole letter is about him being able to review the videos that Cassie has provided the prosecution, and he has to be able to defend himself. So he got to watch the videos to defend himself. And if he don't get those videos, then they're violating his due process. I call BS. Y'all tell me what y'all think about in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you all be blessed, and I'll see y'all in another one. Bye.